What's up, Frame Gang? Frame Rated here with a new type of video focused on the rumored specs and possible idea of a new naming scheme for the RTX 30 series, specifically the 3060 series GPU from Nvidia running on their latest Ampere architecture. I'm excited to make this new style of video for you all, so let's just go ahead and dive right in. Now, this GPU is likely to be the day one next-gen GPU that I choose to buy and benchmark for this channel, as I focus on the mid to entry-level graphics cards that provide the best bang for your buck. Now, all information sources will be linked in the description below if you'd like to take a peek at what I'm talking about here, and of course, are all leaked rumors, so take everything with a grain of salt. At first glance, it looks like the RTX 3060 is going to perform at about RTX 2070 super levels at 1440 and 4K resolutions, and even a little bit faster at 1080p. This is all being achieved with a price tag said to be between $300 to $400 US, while also having a 20% more power per watt efficiency. Now, that's nothing new going into the next generation of GPUs, as it's typical that you can get more performance with less power consumption than the upcoming model's former next tier card. For example, our current Gen 2060 is faster and uses less energy than a previous Gen 1070, and likewise for the upcoming 3060 compared to today's 2070. So far, we are limited on specific specs for the inner workings of the RTX 3060 GPU, but rumor has it that the card will have up to 12 GB of GDDR6X VRAM running on a 192-bit memory bus with a total bandwidth of 504 GB per second. For those wondering, the RTX 3060 would likely be the choice to combat the GPU in the PlayStation 5 if you're looking for a direct comparison, as the total throughput on paper comes really close to what we are going to be seeing on that next-gen console. Save, of course, for all the software and hardware implementations Sony has added to narrow the PC console gap in performance. Looking at you, SSD. In my opinion, Nvidia has no choice but to be highly competitive this year with performance versus price cost, as the PS5 and Xbox Series X are rumored to be between $500 and $600 US at the most, and will provide between 2070 Super and 2080 Super levels of performance respectively. If Nvidia can provide folks with a GPU capable of beating or at least matching next-gen consoles for around $350, it would give many PC gamers incentive to simply upgrade their rigs, especially when you consider most users on PC are running at 1080p or even 1440p monitors. You see, next-gen consoles are aiming for 4K or at least close to it, and that extra bump in pixel draw requires a lot more horsepower to achieve. For example, a 3060 might have less capability on paper than, let's say, an Xbox Series X, but with the 30 series more than 2 times bump in ray tracing capabilities, along with the primary user base requiring a fourth to half the pixel count that is necessary to achieve 4K, a user with a 3060 will be able to play the same games as the Series X with better overall graphical settings like shadows, lighting, and draw distance, assuming there are no other bottlenecks in the rig, as more of the 3060's horsepower will be able to be put to use to rendering those effects and overall fidelity, instead of rendering less graphical details at much higher resolutions. Of course, a user with a 4K display or even a 1440p monitor with a high refresh rate may look towards the 3070 or higher cards at a minimum, but in my opinion, somebody looking to stay current with next-gen consoles while also running a 1440p screen or less will be able to largely achieve that goal and be pleasantly happy doing so, at least until mid-refresh generational launches begin 3 years or so later. Now, one final rumor I'd like to talk about is the name of the next-gen Nvidia GPUs might not actually be what we all refer to as the 30 series to begin with. Now, don't get me wrong, it definitely could be, and it makes sense that it is, but so does the 21 series name scheme. Hear me out, and others have definitely explained this better, but it would definitely throw a lot of leakers off their game, while also switching it back up to Nvidia's old naming scheme to increments of 1 and not 10. Instead of a 1060 or 2060, it'd actually be called the 2160. And this idea is generated because Nvidia has been really hyping up the number 21, with a countdown to the next-gen GPU's reveal date starting at 21 days, and with the company repeatedly stating 21 days, 21 years, I see the points being made that this could actually happen as a way to switch things up for Nvidia. At the end of the day, time will tell until we know more officially about both performance and the name of the next-gen Ampere GPUs from Nvidia, so what do you guys think? Should Nvidia change their name scheme? If so, what do you think it'll be changed to? And which next-gen GPU will you be picking up this fall holiday season? Definitely let me know below in the comments. If you'd like me to continue this type of content to complement my standard benchmark videos, show your support by smashing that like button and letting me know. I hope you all enjoyed as I learned to create this new interesting type of video for you all. Stay safe, stay happy, and most importantly, stay gaming.